And we're back, and we were talking about the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom, and that is the phone that is a camera. You saw a little bit of it. We're just going to show you a little bit more of that unboxing right there in case that's something you're interested in. I mean, hey, if you're interested in a camera that's a phone as well, instead of a phone that's a camera, you now have a camera that is a phone. If you're interested in something like that, then the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom might just be what you're looking to get. Let's just go back to that unboxing real quick, just a few more minutes of it, and then we're going to head into our next story talking about Nokia. So here we go. Here we go right there. Boom. Now this, just bringing out USB cord that's in there, you know, for connectivity and stuff like that. You know, taking out all the parts, you know, right there. That's another cable right there, probably headphones cable right there. This is all the stuff that comes in the Zoom box, different earpieces right there. Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom. This is the first camera phone, if you will. That's probably a cloth to clean keep the screen clean. You know, you have another attachment right there, and you have that's probably the power supply. Right there, it hooks in there. Yep, that's the power supply that you can hook into a wall and put the USB in there as well to charge the phone and stuff like that. So these are all the parts that come with the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom. Let's see, probably the battery in there, right there. Of course, that comes with it. And you are going to have, I think that should be it. Now this is the actual, this is what I want you to see. This is it looks like a point and shoot camera, and that is that 16 megapixel 10x zoom lens right there. That's just huge, because you're carrying a camera around with you, and as well as a phone. Now, yes, most phones have cameras on them and stuff like that. That's not the point, but this one has that LED flash. This is a point and shoot camera, so this is going to take crisp, well shot pictures, and with that 10x zoom right there, you're not going to get that on any other phone. Phones are going to give you, you know, 13 megapixel cameras in the front, you know, 12 megapixel, but they're not going to give you a 10x zoom on it as well. They're not going to give you that. This is what makes this camera phone here unique, because it has that 10x zoom, and then camera phones are not going to give you a CMOS lens either. Camera quality CMOS lens. They're not going to do that. You're just going to get a regular camera. And this right here shows you that this has that CMOS lens. It doesn't add too much bulk to the phone, to the camera. And obviously right here is opening up various peripheral slots, things like that. You can take out and whatnot. Slide in that battery. Goes right there. Instead of opening up the whole back, you just slide and put the battery in right there. Pretty ingenious, I would say, in design, because normally you have to take the back of the phone off, and then some batteries aren't even interchangeable. This one has interchangeable batteries, so you can get multiple batteries with this thing. And of course, when he turns it on, because that's a good design right there, able to just pop the battery in and out. Go ahead, Jade, with a question here real quick.
Why would anyone want to get that phone? I don't understand why they have like a big, bulky, fat camera there.
Why? So he's asking, why would anyone want that phone? Well, for people that are picture enthusiasts and they carry a camera around anyway. They carry their phone and they carry a camera around. This is a good way to just have one device instead of two.
I mean, the Samsung Galaxy S4, the regular, it came out with like kind of like a leap motion kind of thingy.
Yeah,
but this just added on a camera to it, a big fat bulky camera to it. When I saw it, I thought it was a real camera at first.
But it's a camera phone.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about it. It's a camera that's a phone. So if you want to go out and buy a camera, you know, you want a camera, but you want to carry your phone around as well, why have two devices when now you just have one? So for someone who's a picture enthusiast, they like taking pictures and stuff like that, then they would want this kind of, if you're someone that you don't really care too much about pictures, I wouldn't get this.
I'm asking, did it add on any good features like
yeah. The good feature of this is just the camera.
That's it?
That's it.
It's just like the Samsung Galaxy S3, but with the camera.
Just with the camera. Like that. Exactly.
Okay.
So there's no big feature of it in terms of
like
it has some right. No. It doesn't have any big feature that's different than what the Galaxy S4. This is a Galaxy S4. So it has the features of the Galaxy S4.
Like a gesture thing?
Yeah, just with a camera.
It has it?
Yeah, because it's a Galaxy S4.
That I can understand.
Has a camera on it now as well.
Yeah, that I can understand people want to get that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't recommend it just for the regular person. If you don't like taking pictures and stuff like that, then just get a regular S4. Yeah. You know, but if you're someone that likes to take pictures, you like to be able to zoom in, because the regular S4 doesn't give you the ability to zoom in. So if you like to zoom in and stuff like that, then definitely this is the camera phone that you might want to look at, because it's a camera that's a phone, you know, and it gives you that option, whereas like the Galaxy S4 is definitely a top-notch camera, but you can't zoom in. It doesn't have that CMOS lens that can adjust for brightness and all that type of stuff. So this is definitely something that anyone out there, you're looking for a camera as well as a phone, check out the Samsung Galaxy S4 Zoom. That's what it's called. Now, speaking of good phones, if you are looking for, you like what Nokia is selling, you like the things that Nokia is coming out with, well, Nokia again is on the rampage. I mean, this company just can't be stopped. According to the Full Signal, the Nokia Lumia 520 is going to land at AT&T. Now, the Nokia 520 can be had for a minimal cost of $100 without a long-term contract. And that's the good thing. So the 520 will be coming to AT&T GoPhone prepaid service on July 26th. That is Friday. And this Windows 8 handset will cost about $100. Now, that is huge for people wanting to get into the Windows Phone market. Now, the Nokia Lumia 520 was first introduced at the Mobile World Congress in earlier this year, 2013 show, and it's meant to bring Windows Phone 8 to the masses. Now, while it does have a cheap price, we expect the Nokia Lumia 520 to deliver a good overall experience. The Nokia Lumia 520 hands-on preview was at the Mobile World Conference as well, and the AT&T GoPhone plan now has 4G also built into it. Now, the Nokia 520, let's give you a little bit of specs on this thing. It'll have a 4-inch IPS LCD WVGA display, and you can use it while you're wearing gloves as well as your bare hands. You know, like some tablets or whatnot, when you're wearing gloves, you try and swipe it or touch it, it doesn't recognize your hand. No, you can wear gloves with this thing. It includes 512 megabytes of RAM, 8 gigabytes of internal memory. Only 5 of it is usable, because of the operating system, and you can expand that to 64 gigabytes with an optional micro SD card, because it has that SD card slot. It has a 1430 milliamp battery life. Not that great. So you're not going to get a whole full day if you use this thing intensively. But if you just have it and stuff like that, it should be okay. For 1430 milliamp battery life, 5 megapixel camera is there to round out the specs. Now, while the Nokia 520 isn't going to impress you with its sheer horsepower or anything like that, according to the guys at the Full Signal, they're saying that the Nokia is adept at creating a good phone at low prices, and Nokia Lumia 521 on T-Mobile is essentially the same device, and obviously the people were somewhat amazed at how good the handset was considering the low price tag. You have to look at it in that way, because this thing is only $100. It's not going to have the same functionality as the Lumia 920, not even close to the Lumia 1020, stuff like that. But this phone at this price for $100 is a good entry phone to get into the Windows market. And obviously it's a prepaid phone. Now, part of that may be that Windows 8 as an interface in itself is very pretty and pleasant to use. Even if your phone isn't the most powerful handset on the block, the Windows 8 tile feature type phone is a good phone. And that's why Nokia, when they first came up with the Lumina series, the Lumina 900 back in the day, it was a good phone. It just didn't get the traction that Nokia was hoping for. And now that they come out again with the 925, 928 series of phones, definitely these Windows phones, Windows 8 mobile tile phone is a good platform for mobile, you know. And so the Windows 8 is a very pleasant and pretty experience. And even if your phone isn't the most powerful, it's going to give you a good experience. Now, the app ecosystem is still a bit off. They don't have a lot of apps in the Windows world, only about 150,000, and that's still a lot of apps. You know, I mean, 150,000 apps is a lot of apps, but with Google and iOS rounding out almost 1 million apps in their app store, then 150,000 to 200 seems like, you know, very small. Now, you also, even though the apps are improving, you also get the Nokia Lumina 520. You'll also be getting, as a user of the Microsoft, it's preloaded with Office, Xbox, and SkyDrive. You're going to get a few gigabytes of SkyDrive. That's Microsoft's cloud service. If you have an Outlook account, right away you get 7 gigabytes of cloud storage free, you know, using SkyDrive. So that's pretty good. And AT&T Go phone plans have recently been tweaked to be better for smartphones. The $60 plan gives you unlimited calls, text, and 2 gigabytes of data. And you can also get a 40 or a 25 monthly dollar plan that don't come with as much call time, text, or data, but it's obviously cheaper in price. Now, the Go phone plan also don't require long-term contracts. So this is definitely going to be a good thing if you're in the market for a good budget phone. I mean, not just a budget phone that's no good, but a good budget phone. If you're in the market for a good budget phone, that's something that you're going to be proud to have and proud to use, definitely check out this Nokia Lumina 520 or the 520, 500 series of phones. Definitely this is something you want to get. That bright Windows a tile screen is going to be there. It's going to have good resolution in the screen and the camera. 5 megapixels, pretty decent. And although, like I say, this isn't going to blow you away spec-wise or anything like that, but it's a good low-end phone. For $100, definitely this phone is going to be worth it. So check it out. Now, after the break, we're going to be talking about Flipboard. How many of you remember Flipboard? We're going to be talking about that. And the PlayStation 4 self-publishing details has been revealed by Agostino Simonet. We're going to talk about that coming up after the break right here on Tech Pulse. So stay tuned.